thanks so much for tuning in to the January edition of ColeyCast. I'm actually recording this right before I leave the office for winter break. So starting off, I just want to wish everyone a very happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I pray that you have a fabulous 3-week break with your friends and your family and come back refreshed, ready to start anew in 2016. So while we're talking about break, let me just remind everyone that we are going to be on a 3-week break. It's going to be from December 21st through January 11th. So it's actually 3 weeks and 1 day, because January 11th, Monday, January 11th, is actually a staff development day, which means there will be no school for students. Our teachers and staff will be coming together on that day for a day of professional development. But school will resume for students on Tuesday, January 12th. That'll be a regular schedule on that day because it is a Tuesday. So once again, we have 3 weeks break and students will resume at school on Tuesday, January 12th. Second thing that I want to remind everyone, once we get back, Monday, January 18th, there will be no school in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King. So that's all the calendar things that I wanted to talk about. And as most of you know, a bittersweet announcement. I sent a phone call, an email, and put it out on our social media pages that Mrs. Buschhausen, our fantastic assistant principal, has been promoted. She is so amazing that the district has snatched her up, and she's going to be the new coordinator of curriculum, instruction, and assessment at the elementary level for the district. So the bad news is that we're not going to have her to ourselves every single day, but the good news is her new role is going to be supporting all of the elementary schools. So we're still going to see her around when she comes to do trainings for our staff. But again, we won't have her every day because she's going to be moving on to a new position. So again, bittersweet because we love Mrs. Buschhausen. She is fantastic. She is a huge reason that Alta is what it is today. So we want to thank her. Mrs. Buschhausen, if you're watching, thank you. We will miss you, but we will see you. It's not a goodbye. It's we'll see you in your new role. So the question then becomes, what is going to happen to that position? Well, because there are 6 weeks left in the school year, what the district is going to do is we are going to fill Mrs. Buschhausen's position. They're going to fill that with an interim teacher on special assignment / assistant principal position for the remainder of the school year. And we just concluded the interview process to try to find someone to fill in. Now, we're never going to find someone who can completely replace Mrs. Buschhausen because, again, she's amazing. But we wanted to find somebody who, in that interim, for the 6 weeks, fill our need. And after going through the interview process, a lot of very qualified candidates, but we have selected our very own Mrs. Kuhn, who is our current Title I teacher. She's going to fill in for the teacher on special assignment, assistant principal role for the remainder of the year. Mrs. Kuhn is the perfect person to do this because, number one, she's already at Alta. She has been at Alta for a long time and knows what Alta is about. Her passion and her number one priority is putting students first. So a mid-year change is never ideal, but by having Mrs. Kuhn kind of slide into this role to finish out the year, it is going to minimize any negative impacts of this change. So once again, we want to announce that Mrs. Kuhn is going to be our new teacher on special assignment / assistant principal to finish out the year. And then at the end of the year, we will be looking to hire a permanent assistant principal. So moving on, finally, Boosterthon. Boosterthon, I want to thank everyone again for all of your amazing support for the Boosterthon. Remember that the money raised for our Boosterthon and the fun run is going to go towards supporting field trips for our grade levels. So I want to thank everybody for that. And I'm sure you have heard, I made a little deal, a little agreement with our students. I made a deal that said, if we can reach our pledge goal, and speaking of pledges, if you have not yet turned in your pledges. If you made a pledge but haven't yet turned those in, those are due on Friday, January 15th. So again, if you haven't gotten your pledges turned in, please turn those in to the office or your child's teacher by January 15th. But back to the agreement. I made an agreement with the students that if we could meet our pledge goal, I would run a lap around the quad area in high heels. And I'm happy, or maybe embarrassed to announce, that we met that goal. And today, this morning, I was a man of my word, and I ran a lap around Friday Flag in those red high heels. If you'd like to see what that looks like, tune in at the end of this broadcast for a short video to show you my embarrassment. So again, tune in for that. Thank you for tuning in to the ColeyCast. Once again, I wish you a wonderful holiday break with your family. I look forward to seeing you all in 2016. Once again, enjoy the embarrassing video. Have a great holiday, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Boys and girls, we're doing this because this is I'm like shaking. This is really hard to stand. We're doing this because I said if we could reach our Boosterthon pledge, I would embarrass myself by running a lap around the quad area in red high heels. And I'm a man of my word, so we are going to do that. So, moms and dads, I'm going to go right, so if we could just get you to back up a little, I'm going to go right around that way, around the back sidewalk, and then fifth graders will need a little path around this way. And I'm just praying that I don't break my ankle. All right, are we ready? Ms. Buschhausen, will you hold the mic?
So ready? On your mark, get set.